Test it out. I'm gonna do some see if I could do a virtual computer so that I can stream go back. Cause the phone thing is like, it's nice, but I want to show my desktop so that you can see my screen a lot better. So we're gonna go through. I gotta give you guys a little bit of power. So you guys are gonna get a behind the scenes of a course. This is my favorite app for task and project management, honestly. Like, this is so powerful the way it sets up, syncs with your calendar, allows you to organize all of your personal tasks, your life tasks, your business tasks. Let's switch this. Okay, so nice, nice, nice. And then here, just kind of make sure everything's kind of set up a little. Okay, let's get OBS, which I'm going to use to record my screen. And then stream and use OBS at the same time. I don't see why not. Okay, cool. If you guys don't know, OBS, it's a free tool that you can use to record your screen. Am I going to be in, I think I'll put myself in this little corner right here. I don't really need to be on camera per se, but that's going to be good enough. Make sure the audio test. Whenever you record a course, always be sure to burn a test video so that you don't want to get half an hour into a course and then realize that you're not recording. So test 1 2 1 2 test 1 2 test toast. Also making sure the audio levels work. Cool. And let's go downloads. I back up to my content today too. I'm super happy. Got my 10 videos out. Let's check this video. Test 1 2 1 2 test 1 2 toast. Yep, audio looks good. That's perfect. You always do a burner test before you record a course. It's going to make it a lot easier. And you guys are going to, I'm going to call this AI productivity. AI 10x productivity. Some fancy name. Cool. Just for the scroll so that people, when they scroll by, they're like, what's an AI 10x productivity? It's like, okay. So the way I record my courses, I record everything in just one take. And then I'll use Gling to edit it. So if you guys don't know Gling, Gling is an AI video editor tool, Gling. It is the best AI video editing tool so that I can make mistakes, dead spaces, mistakes, retakes, whatever. The whole goal is when you record your course, just get it done in one take. Drop it in Gling. Gling's going to do all your AI video editing, which is going to be super nice. And then I could get this up tonight for members. Let me just quickly log into, because I have a demo account for it. Good to see everyone. And then you guys are going to get a behind the scenes. Let's see. Yeah, I have a demo account. Should also be using a password manager. Little pro tip right there. They updated new features. That's cool. I'm going to delete all of this stuff. Delete. Because I just want to do a little preparation. Delete. And then I know what to build from scratch. Cool. Okay, and then delete. All right. So also, should I create a new account for the free? Let me go through and actually create an account. That way they'll see it too. I'll use another. I know how to do another email, so we'll do that. Okay, so this looks good. Let me log out, and we'll go through the start process so that they can see everything start to finish. And you guys are going to see a course being made right behind the scenes. So forgive me if I just ignore the comments for about 45 minutes. I'm going to just record the whole course and then pop this in the course for the community so that they can get more productive with a task manager and then bring you guys along around for the ride. All right, got it, this, that. Just make sure everything looks good. Okay, let's always make sure it's, and then pro tip too, I mean, just so you guys are seeing behind the scenes. That's OBS for recording. It really helps to have two monitors so that you can see what's on your screen. It's up right there. And then I got a nice little camera, separate camera. You don't need, you can use a webcam. It really doesn't matter. Just use what you have. But we've got Streamlabs for live streaming to YouTube. I'm going to delete the video anyways. And then, but some of my audience likes to watch on YouTube on a big screen right now when I go live. OBS is going to do the recording. And then we got a nice little microphone so that you can see like the whole command central kind of thing. I just think that's a thing. Just kind of helps. All right. Let's get started. Toast, 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 toast. Nice. And cool. Welcome. Oh, wait. Where's the camera? Oh, there we go. I look at the camera. Welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use TickTick to manage your time so that you can get more done in a day than most do in a week. This is a very powerful tool to organize all your tasks and projects, whether they be in your personal life or for your business, all in this one easy to use tool. So let's begin. So just to go over pricing, yeah, okay. Okay, let's just do this. So with a quick overview of why we're using TickTick is because TickTick automatically syncs with your calendar, because fundamentally what you need a task manager that actually syncs with your calendar so that you can manage every hour of your day along with your meeting events, your routines, and any other events tied to any other calendars in one master calendar using Apple Calendar, which we'll go over in a future course. So that's why we're using TickTick versus like Notion. Notion does not sync with your calendar, so that's why I do not recommend it as a task manager app. So this is going to be very powerful and simple to use. Nice. With TickTick, you have the ability to create simple lists, and we're only going to create two lists, one for tasks, and we're only going to create two lists, one for your personal tasks and one for your business tasks. That's going to organize everything in your life so that it's not in your head, because if you're overwhelmed, stressed out, burnt out, or playing firefighter, jumping around with the next, or jumping from one task to another, and then at the end of the day, you're realizing you're not getting enough work done. This TickTick is going to make it very easy to just store every piece of work in one app so that you can stay focused. As mentioned, it syncs with your calendar, but also what's more importantly is that we could time block your day down to the minute of what tasks you should be working on. And not all tasks are created equally. Some tasks could take 30 minutes, some tasks could take even 2 hours. But here you'll allocate enough time to get enough work done so that you could plan your whole week down to the minute and work effectively. TickTick also has other features such as a Pomodoro timer so that you can stay laser focused and distraction free when you're working on a task. And if you're trying to develop new habits, it has a very powerful habit tracker that syncs with your phone so that you could develop new habits, whether it be reading, exercising, or drinking enough water per day. It has a very powerful habit tracker to make sure you're accountable every single day to make sure you develop new habits. Nice. And the most powerful thing is that every event rolls up to your calendar so that you can see over the next 14 days, even 30 days, all the tasks that need to get done effectively to manage your time. Cool. TickTick will also sync across all devices from your phone to even your watch, which makes it very easy to look at your watch or your mobile device and see what you should be working on at the right time. Okay, that's all the features. Cool. And then cool. Nice. TickTick does not have a monthly subscription. They have an annual subscription, so you could get all TickTick does not have a monthly subscription. It has just an annual subscription, so you'll pay for the entire year, which roughly comes down to only $3 per month, with it, which is worth it to manage all your priorities both in your personal life and for your business easily in this one simple app. Okay. And cool. Okay, let's get started. So to get started, click sign up for free in the upper right hand corner. Go ahead and enter your email and a password. Plus, you should also be using a password manager such as 1Password to save all your passwords. Very important. Then click sign up. Okay. Welcome to the This is just a quick start guide of what features that you want to enable into ClickUp. The only thing I really recommend is just the habit tracker, the task tracker, the calendar, and that's really it starting off. You could go into the other features later on, but fundamentally you don't need them if you use this process that I'm going to show you. So just select these three options here and then click continue. You could always add them back later on. Starting off, we're going to create one simple list for all your work tasks. So go ahead and click on work and then click get started. And I'll show you how to create new lists coming up. Yeah, okay, cool. So the way TickTick is laid out, just to go over the navigation, on the left-hand side, you have your tasks, which is in the upper left-hand corner. You have your calendar view. So if you click on it, you can see all tasks in a calendar view, which we can see we have quite a lot here. And then on the left-hand side, you have your habit tracker. So if you want to develop new habits and track them, how many did you complete per day, per week, per month? And then lastly, a global search so that you can search for any task for any keyword. So to get started, click on the checkbox in the upper left-hand corner, and let's go over the main layout of our task manager here. On the top left-hand corner, you can see all tasks that are going to be on the top left-hand corner, you can see today, which will show all tasks that are due today. Next 7 days will show you all the tasks due over the next 7 days, and any tasks that have been added to TickTick but have not been assigned either with a date or to a specific list. That's what's called the inbox. Down below, we have our list, which will contain list of tasks. Fundamentally, we only need 2 lists to get started, one for work and one for personal life. So let's go ahead. And we'll come back to creating a list right after this. Scrolling down, you also have the ability to filter tasks on certain words or tag them so that you also have tags. Tags have the ability to tag certain tasks even though they're in different lists. You can easily find them based on tags. Here you'll see a list of all your completed tasks. And lastly, if you ever delete a task, you can recover it in the trash can. Perfect. Cool. The middle panel, yeah, nice. The middle panel will show you all your tasks when you click on a specific list on the left-hand side. So right now they gave us a bunch of tasks just for getting started, but and then and then if I click on the work task, you can see we haven't added any new tasks, so that list is empty. So you can just see all lists that are, so that you can see all tasks when they're assigned to any list. And cool. Then if you click on any task on the right hand side, actually what's a better one? Let's do this one, and then let's add some stuff here. Oops. Hey, Coachy. Check. Okay, cool. When you click on any task, on the right hand side, it's going to show you the details of everything in that task. This is where you can store all information from screenshots to files to checklists to details. All the context you need to complete this task is going to be stored right here. Cool. Okay, cool. Looking at a specific task on the right hand side, if you check this box right here, wait, oh, because I'm doing the wrong one. Okay, cool. Looking at a task more specifically, in the upper left hand corner, you have the ability to complete the task. If you check that box, it will complete it. You check it again, it will come back. You have the ability to assign a due date, also to make a task repeat. If it needs to repeat every 3 days or once a week or once a month, you can enable that here. We'll go much deeper that into the next lesson. On the right hand side, you have, oops, there we go. Top right hand corner, you have the ability to add priorities. Personally, I don't recommend adding priorities. We're going to use the calendar and actually time blocking it down to the minute. That's what's going to determine priorities for how tasks are going to be scheduled to get done. Then inside of the task list, you have the ability to do markdown. So if I click on this plus symbol, you can add a header. You could click the plus symbol again and add a bullet list. You have the ability to create lists. My favorite is adding extra check marks. Something. Cool. You also have the ability to attach files, and you can do them one of two ways. You could click on the attach button, find the file on your computer, double click on the file, and the file can be saved to oh, I'm on the free account. Okay, that's fine. Let me switch to my next one. That's cool. Okay, cool. just need a smaller file then. Okay, let's do this. Perfect, okay. Here you can see I attached a PDF file, and then once it's done, cool. Here you can see I attached a PDF file, and then when you click on the file, it will open up in a new tab with that whole document that you need, and you can reference and you can save all sorts of files right here. The goal is to store everything necessary for you to complete this task, from website links to checklists to notes. Also, it's in this one task. Also, it's in the details of this task so that it's not stored in your brain, causing stress or anxiety. Cool. And okay, nice. Okay, cool. That's it for the layout. Now we're going to actually build our actual task manager here. So let's go ahead and just click on the three dots on the left hand side under welcome. When you click on that list and the three dots, go ahead and click delete. Cool. Much better. Now we already have created a list for work. Let's create a personal list so that we can separate tasks for work and tasks for our personal life. So go ahead and click on the plus symbol next to the So go ahead and click on the plus symbol, and let's call it personal list. You could add a color. If you want to change an emoji, you could click here. And you could search for any emoji that you want there, give it a name. You could change the color that you want. I highly recommend just leaving this as the list view right here. There's no folders. I don't recommend folders, but you could. And there's really nothing else to change. I would not also enable smart lists. I just want to keep it very simple. So then go ahead and click add. And now on the left hand side, we have two lists. These are going to store all our list of tasks, both for our personal life and for our work life, all within TickTick. So let's start adding some tasks. So what I recommend first is going to the list right here for work, go up to the work task, and then give it a name. Okay. And I recommend just following along with this first example so that you get the hang of And I recommend that you follow along creating the same task that I'm creating so that you could get experience with the whole process of using so that you could get comfortable with the whole process of using TickTick. So here I'm going to call a new project called Create Social Media Calendar, and then I'm going to press enter on my keyboard, and now that task is saved in my work list. Perfect. Let's add another task called we'll call this task Client Project Sam. Say we have a client named Sam that we need to work on a project for him. Perfect. And then you could continue adding new tasks, but let's just work with these two from here just to add tasks. Now, if I click on social media calendar, you can see on the right hand side, it opens up here. What I recommend whenever you log a task inside of TickTick, spend the next 10 seconds and just save all of the resources and the steps necessary so that when it comes time to actually get this task done, it already is filled out with all the information needed. So for example, from here, we're going to use keyboard shortcuts. So go ahead and click on the backslash. So now I recommend using keyboard shortcuts to work faster. On the right, using your right hand and your pinky, there's a backslash that you could click on, and that will bring out the list of the list of options, and then just start typing the word CHE, and then as for checklist item, and then press enter, and it will quickly add a checklist item. Now what I recommend is just follow this along and say, do this first, press enter, do this second, and then lastly, do this last. Whenever you're documenting a task and you're ready, whenever you're creating a task, I highly recommend, the best practice is to list out what is step 1, and then all the way to step what I call done. Meaning once I check this box, I don't have to spend another second thinking about this task. I could immediately complete it, and it is done and off my plate. But also this is very important because say I'm working on this task, I may get halfway done. It may be the weekend, for example, and I need to pivot and go do something else, or maybe something comes up and I need to walk away from my computer, for example. I could come back and easily know what has been done, what still needs to get done, and then I could go and quickly switch from one task to another without having to worry about what has been done, has anything been completed, where am I almost close, and you don't have to panic or anything. Everything is documented step 1 all the way to step done. Very important. Now, this is just a checklist. We also need, and this is a great framework, I'm just going to press enter and delete so that I have one space above the task. Not all tasks, yeah, okay. When I'm creating for this project, there may be a series of tasks that I have to do in like what I call mini projects. So this is a way that we can document little mini projects inside of this bigger folder project and stay organized. So for example, the way this works out, and this is a framework that you'll be using whenever you document tasks, first you want to write the goal. And say, for example, this goal is to do market research. That way, you know, when it comes time to doing these tasks, you're like, why am I creating? Why do I need to get this done? It's because I need to do market research, and it's one step of it's one mini project of a full bigger project. This is going to help you execute very complex tasks much easier. Now, once you have the goal, I recommend adding what I call resources. This could be facts, it could be details, and most importantly, it could be website links. So those are going to be using a bullet point notation. And this is what I highly recommend is I need to link, say, a competitor, for example. So I'm going to write competitor's website. And then I also need to add another website for custom GPT script writer, for example. So these are going to be 2 website links that I need in order for me to get this task done. And this is very important because then when it comes time to actually do this task, everything you need is one click away right here. You don't have to hunt for files, you don't have to hunt for bookmarks. Everything is here one click away so that you know what are the resources, what needs to get done to accomplish whatever goal that you have, for example. So I'm going to go grab a competitor's website. Let's do this. Cool. For this example, let's keep it simple. Let's just open up a new tab. You could press Command T on your keyboard, or you or you could click on the plus symbol right here just to open a new tab and just type www.google.com. Real simple. We just need a URL. So I'm going to double click this URL and copy it, Command C, go back to my tick, and then I'm going to highlight this word, and then here's the then this little link right here will turn it into a hyperlink, and when you click on it, click or dang, kind of does that. On the paid plan, it will automatically add the link for you, but since we're on the free plan just right now, I'm going to paste the link and click confirm. So now that's a link. So if I click on that link, technically that would take me to my competitor's website, and there's no need for me to bookmark it or have 48 bookmarks open whenever I'm working on a project. I could close out all my tabs and immediately pick up this task and continue to work without the fear of, oh my God, I can't close my browser because I have that tab because I have that tab open for whatever project. So let's say you had a custom GPT. For now, just go to chat. So let's repeat this. Just go to chatgpt.com and then just copy this link. I'm pressing Command L for link to which highlights it, and press Command C to copy it. Perfect. And then go ahead and highlight this, click the link, and paste your link right there. Now you have your links necessary in order for you to accomplish this task. Very important. And then from here, I would also add any facts or references. For example, my ad account number is 12345, something like that. And the tool I need to use for this is Metrical, for example. So these are just facts, important details necessary for me to do this whole project without having to store it in my head. Because the key is that when it comes time, because I may close this task or schedule it to be done in a week or a month later, as long as because I took the time to document everything correctly in the right order, I could pick up this task 6 months, a year from now and go, I need to do market research. Awesome. First step, I need to do this. Well, that's going to come from the competitor's website. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. There's a website. I could get the information that I need to do it. And I'm like, yep, I've accomplished this step. I can accomplish this step. Oh, we also need the custom GPT. Where is that? Oh, it's right here. The rule is be kind to your future. The rule is be kind to your future self, so that you want to save all the details here, so that's easy to accomplish the task effortlessly, because you'll be working through a bunch of tasks, and this allows you to quickly switch from one to another without having to get stressed out. So I'm gonna go back, and they were like, oh yeah, what was my account number? Oh, it's nicely saved right here. And that tool, man, was it Buffer? Nope, it was Metrical. So this is why everything is stored. This is why it's very powerful to store everything in this framework. Now, say for example, not everything is going to be, you're going to have what I call mini tasks in this one bigger project, for example. So I'm just going to copy this. And let's say there's something else I have to do before. It's going to follow the same framework basically. So you can copy and paste it here, but now you can start to see, even if I go down and paste it again, now you could start to see groups of smaller tasks that need to be completed in order for you to eventually accomplish a very big project. And everything you need from each mini project or each mini task is all saved right here, and you can see what has been done, what needs to get done, without having to save anything outside of this task list. Very important. This is what I call my bullet form notation. So how you document what's the goal, any resources, any facts or references, and then step 1 all the way to step done. This is going to make you incredibly productive and efficient with your time. Okay. Now, since it comes time to actually schedule this to get done, let's go ahead and add this to our calendar. So we'll click on the due date. Now, this is the most important thing. If it's something that's not a priority, honestly, then do not add the due date, and it would just list it here, which is fine. But if it is something that's a priority that has to get done, the rule is take 5 seconds and schedule a day to commit to this task. For right now, I'm just going to schedule this for Friday to get done, for example. Perfect. And if you want, you can add the priority here is a low, medium, high priority. All that's going to do is just sort right here in your master list file under your work task, for example. You can sort, and I recommend sorting by date first, so that it will sort all the projects. See how date is now at the top and everything else is down below. Cool. That's going to be the easiest too. Oops. So then, and right now we're only going to roughly plan about 1 to 2 weeks out ahead. So that's what you're roughly saying is like, hey, I'm going to commit to this on someday, and we'll add this down to the minute and we'll add this to our calendar to time block it down to the minute in the next step. Now let's go back to our personal list and let's add 2 tasks here. I'm going to say just get groceries and press enter, and then also cool. And then also buy or bake and then also bake cookies for Christmas party. Press enter. Cool. So and remember, as you start adding tasks, let's just go ahead and document some steps here. So I need to go and prepare cookies, or basically buy supplies. So I kind of like making it bold. You don't have to. It's just something I like doing. Press enter. And then I need to, where am I going to, I need a special cookie mix. Let's just say, awesome cookies. Awesome. Healthy cookies is a brand, for example, that I need to get. And then, for example, when I go to the grocery store, I'm going to press the pinky, which brings out the checkbox, type in CHE, there's the check, and press enter. And now I can start typing checklist. So then I need to go to Stater's Bros in Anaheim. Let's just say, for example, they're the only store that has this brand. Then I need to buy, for example, and when you press enter, you can indent, press tab. So all I did was press enter and tab, and I can have sublist. For example, I need to get eggs, flour, and chocolate chips. Press enter, and then just bake at friend's house for whatever reason, for example. So this has everything I need to get done. Let's add this to the calendar, and let's do this on Saturday. Cool. And then we'll click OK. Now, get groceries, for example, let's just say, let's just make it very easy, a grocery list that I have to do. So here we're going to add check. I'm going to add steak, potatoes, and eggs. Very simple. You could always add new stuff. But let's say I buy these let's say I go grocery shopping every single week. So let's take this and let's make this repeat. So I'm going to click on the due date. I need to do this on Monday. And let's go ahead and click on the repeat. And let's repeat this every week. You could do this every monthly, every year, every week. You could even click on the custom option here, and you can get pretty detailed every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, every 4 days, every 7 days, once a year, only on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, for example. So you can be very specific on when and how often you need this task to repeat. For example, I'm just going to click cancel. I'm just going to click repeat and then choose weekly. Very simple. Click OK. So now that's going to repeat. And once I click OK, it's going to automatically, so this is the completion one. So when you complete a task, it's automatically going to create a new task. And we can see that's for next week, which is great. And then down below here, you can see all your completed tasks, should you ever need to go back to them in the future, for example. Okay. Now that you know how to add tasks to both your work list and your personal list, and also you know how to document the details of a task, I want you to pause this video and I want you to spend the next 10 minutes, however long it takes, to just brain dump. Go ahead and add every single task that you have to get done for work, and also every single task that has to get done in your personal life. Just spend 10 minutes at least, or minimally, just to go in and just start listing everything you need to get done. And then when you add any task to get done, go ahead and just take a moment to also add any details, any mini tasks, any resources, any facts, and then also step 1 all the way to step done. So go ahead and pause this video and fill out both lists for both your personal life and your work life, all in here, and I'll see you in a moment. Here, settings. Link to Google. I think that's what we're going to do. Donate smartly, donate daytime, more. Integrate. Yeah, we want to integrate with the calendar. Okay, cool. Nice. Okay, cool. Cool. Thank you all on TikTok for being patient. I'm a little halfway done, and then I could give you guys attention. For everyone just jumping in, right now I'm going over a course that I'm currently recording right now for the members inside the AI community on how to use TickTick, the ultimate task and project management app, so that you could get more done in a day than most do in a week. Plus, you're also seeing behind the scenes of actually how I record. I'm still recording right now, as you can see, and I'm recording all using one take. And I'm gonna pop this into Gling right after, and it's gonna edit the video for me, which is gonna make it very nice. So, and you're hearing me make mistakes, but then I pause and then I get the right line out. So that's usually the whole process when it comes to creating courses. Okay, back to it. Okay. So now that you took some time to actually brain dump everything that you need to get done for your personal tasks and your work tasks, and you've also added all the details. By the way, you can also drag and drop any files in the task list as well too. For example, I have a file just on my computer, just to show you this. I have a PDF file on my computer. I could just drag and drop that file right onto the list right here. And when I let go, uh, yeah, you're gonna make me cool. Okay. Video software. The video software is actually OBS. OBS. Try not to. Best software. I don't know what it actually stands for. Good question, Richard. Okay, cool. As you start adding tasks, you're gonna want. As you start adding tasks, you're gonna want. As you start adding tasks, you're gonna want. As you start adding tasks, you definitely want to add files, and you could drag and drop them in here, but I'm sure when you've tried that, it's going to ask you to upgrade. So let's just go ahead and make that commitment right now, and let's also upgrade, but let me show you where that is first. That way you have unlimited access to everything. I'm going to switch over to my account so you can see a full account, and then we could go much deeper into the software. But on the top left hand corner, go ahead and go to settings. Cool. Then go ahead and switch down and choose premium. Oh, they do have. Oh, nice. Nice. They actually do have a monthly plan. You could choose $4 per month, or if you pay for the whole year, it drops it down to $3 per month. So go ahead and choose your plan and pause this video and sign up. This is going to unlock all the features for TickTick, which we're going to need going forward. So pause this video and go ahead and buy the software. Nice. Okay. And then, okay, cool. While we're here, let's go ahead and look at the other features. Remember, we only chose calendar, habit tracker, and the task list. Here's where you can also add the Eisenhower matrix so that you can sort tasks based on the priority. I personally don't recommend using it, but it's there if you want. Also Pomodoro timers, but technically you don't need a Pomodoro timer because we're going to actually use time blocking instead, so you actually don't need that, but you do have it there. And then they have this new feature for countdowns, which will go in later on. So say, for example, if there's a date that needs a countdown, say a wedding in 3 weeks or something like that, then you could click that countdown timer, add that date, and it will actually show you how many days until that event happens. Now, the most important feature while we're here, let's go down to integrate and import, and let's add. Now, the most important feature here is to go and integrate this with your Google Calendar. There's one step before you need to do this. So go ahead and open Gmail for your email, for example. And then you want to go to your calendar on the left hand. And then from your calendar, what I highly recommend is on the left-hand side, you want to create a custom calendar just for TickTick tasks. You don't want to sync it to your main calendar. This is going to make it easy to just turn on and off all tasks related to TickTick. They don't interfere with your regular personal calendar tasks. You could color code them separately as well too, and make it easy to keep everything nicely organized. So go ahead and go down and click on the plus symbol, and then click create new calendar, and just call it TickTick. I'm just going to call mine TickTick 2 since I already have one, and then click create calendar. Now there's a successful message down below. Go ahead and go to the back arrow, and now you can see I have my new list, which is for new TickTick tasks basically. So when you go back to TickTick and you go ahead and click on the Google Calendar feature, you want to what I highly recommend is choosing integrate with Google Calendar. I do not want to pull, if you choose the first option, it's going to actually pull all the events in your calendar into TickTick. I don't want to do that. That would just cause a lot of clutter and mess. I want to keep them separate and clean. So you're just going to click integrate with Google. Cool. I'm just going to switch over to my account. Sign out. Sign in. Perfect. Settings. Cool. Now I went ahead and switched to my personal account, so that already shows now that I have a subscription, for example, to continue. So again, integration, and then when you choose calendar, choose integrate with calendar, choose the calendar that you want, click continue. It's just loading. I wonder if I just have to delete mine. I could delete mine. Yeah, let's do that again. That's okay. Cool. So now we're going to integrate your calendar. So click on integrations, go to Google Calendar, choose integrate with Google. Definitely choose this option. Then go ahead and click on your email that you want to associate with this account. Click on continue. we just have to be patient. Is there anything? Uh-oh. Come on, sync. Come on. Don't know why. Come on. Let's see. TickTick is basically for personal tasks, or for Shanta. ClickUp is going to be for teams, basically. And Google see all app integrations. So if you have a team and you're working in a business, you definitely want to use for that. So anything like business and team all should go into ClickUp. And then for your personal life, also for some personal tasks, definitely want to put everything into TickTick, because a lot of people are solopreneurs as well too. How do you find this? Hold on. I have to just. Did it just cancel? I think it timed out. I think I just have to delete it. Cool. Okay, continue. Should not take this one. Yep. It's very powerful. Kind of recording a course doing TickTick, but right now just kind of hit a. I don't know if it's internet connection. I don't know what. What or why is it just here? Here, maybe delete. Maybe delete and reset. Let's try it again. No, please. Is Slack better than ClickUp? Actually, ClickUp replaces Slack. Once you have ClickUp, you no longer need Slack, because ClickUp does. I'm sorry. Yeah, ClickUp already has Slack built into it, which is super nice. Okay. There we go. Okay. Come on, sign in. Definitely want to join our community. We actually have a ClickUp template for real estate agents, and we actually have a whole course on how to use it too. Actually, some people in the community are actually ClickUp consultants, which is nice. Man, come on. there something else we're missing? A pop-up somewhere? Okay, let's see here. Let's refresh this. ClickUp's the only option, trust. No, it's already, okay. Okay, cool. So it actually did add it. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Now we can continue. All right. Now, after you get that pop-up, it will automatically add it. Sometimes it just takes a moment, but you can also close it out and try again. But then you'll see the integration for the calendar right here. We need to do one last step. Go ahead and click on the calendar, which is right here. Then go ahead and click on Edit. Then click on this integration right here. And then here, you want to do, you can leave the default list. This is the tag right here because you have, oh shoot. How, shoot. Bear with me. Default tag, we don't have a tag. No need for a tag. I don't want to remove it. How do we, let me see, how do we do this again? Because well, there's a way to get the feature. Hold on, but let's see. Oh, I think it just creates it too. That's what I think it does. I think it just creates a new, and then automatically does it. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's going to automatically create it. That's why. So I need to edit that part out. Okay, cool. Okay, that works. That's fine. Nice. Is there anything else you need to do? Work, default tags. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's just remove that. Okay. So here, here. Okay, that's fine. Okay. And then I need to go here and actually delete that part out here, because it actually creates it automatically. Delete. Perfect. Okay, cool. Okay. Now that the calendar is integrated, we need to do just one last step. Go ahead and click on the Google Calendar, click on the edit option, and then click right here. And then you could choose a default list, really doesn't matter. I just default everything to the work list. And then for tags, it may have this G tag right here. You could just disable this G tag by unchecking it, click OK, and then go ahead and click Save. And now your Google Calendar is synced with TickTick. So if we go to your Google Calendar, on the left-hand side, it should have created automatically a new list right here. And then you could also change the color of it so that task from so that task from TickTick will show a different color as well too. So I just changed mine to green, and then you could toggle them on and off so that you can see any tasks that have a due date will automatically show up on your calendar, which is super nice. Okay. Is there anything else in here? No, that's it. Perfect. Okay, cool. Okay. Okay. Let's clean up anything. Okay, cool. Nothing. Summary we don't need. Okay, so I should look at that. Delete this tag. Cool. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, cool. Now we're done both subscribing to TickTick and also integrating your calendar, so we could close the setting right here. And then there may be a Google tag right here. I would just delete it. There's no need to use tags starting off, just to keep it real simple. Now you can see here, this is my personal account right here. There's also a lot of tasks overdue, for example, but you can see I just have two lists, one for work, one for personal, very simple. Nice, and then we'll do that. Okay, cool. So that So that completes the lesson of just going over TickTick as far as how to add So that completes this lesson on how to create lists in TickTick, then also how to add tasks in TickTick, and then lastly how to let's do this one. Give me something. Let's do this one. Okay. Then from a specific task, you can see all the notes related in a specific bullet point notation, just to kind of show you an example one right here. So go ahead and just spend the next 10 minutes again going through and just adding all the list for TickTick. No, so just spend the next 10 minutes and go ahead and add all the tasks that you have to get. So just spend the next 10 minutes and go through all the tasks that you have to get done. So just spend the next 10 minutes and get all the, no. So just spend the next 10 minutes and add all of the tasks that have to get done, both for your work and for your personal life as well too. In the next lesson, I'm going to show you how to do time blocking using the Google Calendar. And then my two powerful routines, plan the week and plan tomorrow. So I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you. Okay, so that's one. We're going to now do part 2, which is here. Make sure the video came out good. Have a monthly subscription. They have an annual subscription, so you can get all for both. Let's make this repeat. So below here, on this integration right. Yep, and then for personal, very simple. Cool, so this is done. Let me now just film part 2. So this is TickTick part 1, TickTick setup. Then we're going to go into the next lesson, which is productivity. Okay, cool. I need to, can we just select, oops, Control Z. Can I select everything and just clear out the dates? That would be cool. I'm just thinking, let's do, how do we want to do this? Okay, we want to do, and then have the calendar as well too. Okay, cool. So this is going to be the next part. So let's close some of these tabs out. Okay. Let's also, I just got to clear out some of these dates. This is going to take a moment. Clear. Okay, yeah, let's just do this. Clear. This is just going to take a moment so that I could do the next lesson. Which is going to be plan the week and plan tomorrow. Very powerful. If you're inside the community, you're going to get this nicely edited course in the TickTick course. It's also going to be the productivity course, which is very powerful. And I think I did this one. Do I need to do that? Okay, that's fine too. That's fine. And okay, cool. Next. Oh, I need to do that. Okay, cool. So, and then I have some then personal, we're just going to clean this out. Clear these out. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's do this now. Let's record part 2. Cool. And cool. Okay. And then you can see them grouping, and then yeah, okay, cool. Okay. Excuse me. Water. Welcome. In this lesson, we're now going to use TickTick to do time blocking and plan the next week. Okay. Welcome. In this lesson, we're going to use TickTick to both plan our entire week down to the minute. This is the habit of time blocking, and I'm going to show you 2 very powerful routines. One you're going to do every Sunday, and one you're going to do at the very end of the workday. These 2 powerful routines are going to help you stay clear and organized, and these 2 routines are going to help you stay. Okay, yeah. And these 2 routines are very simple and allow you to plan out. And these two routines are going to allow you to plan out your day, week, and month very, very easily, and always stay on top of your tasks. Even if tasks fall behind, the system will actually take care of that. Okay, I know. So next I'm going to show you how to plan both your week and your day using TickTick. This comes down to time blocking, and in order for us to do this, we definitely need to first set up our Apple Calendar because we're going to be using an Apple Calendar. I'm sorry for PC users, or if you don't have an Apple Calendar, I don't know honestly of an alternative. This is why I switched over to Apple so that I could use the best tools and they seamlessly work together. So you definitely want to download 2 things. You want to go to the App Store on the yeah. So the first thing you want to do is search on your computer for the App Store, and then now we want to download the TickTick app itself. This is going to help us so that we don't have to access TickTick from the calendar, plus we don't have to log in every single time we need it. So go ahead and just on your Mac computer, you could click on the search bar in the upper right hand corner, type App Store, and then you could search for TickTick, and then go ahead and download it. This will download the desktop application, and again, to save us from having to log in every single time we need to use TickTick, for example. While we're here, also download TickTick on your mobile device, on your iPhone. Just download the app and sign in, and you'll be good. The next most important app, and the most important app of them all, is the Apple Calendar. This is going to allow us, should be actually installed if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it should be already installed. Okay, cool. The next most powerful tool we need in order to manage our day and our entire life, both for work and for business, you want to use the Apple Calendar. And if you type calendar on your use a little search, use the little magnify search. Next we need to use the most powerful app of them all, which is the Apple Calendar. This is going to allow us to manage our entire day, week, month, year, so that we're working effectively. And so if you bring up the search bar right here, the little magnifying glass, type calendar, Apple should already have, the calendar should already be installed on your computer. And then I'm going to just open that up right here. Perfect. The first thing that we need to do is sync all your calendars, both for business and your personal life. So this one calendar will have everything: events in your personal calendar, events in your business calendar, and then events for TickTick, and later on and then later on even subscriptions when we get into ClickUp for the subscription tracker. Very powerful. But you can actually use ClickClick. Actually, we'll use that. Yeah, never mind. So in the Apple Calendar, we're going to have the three most powerful tools. We're going to have our calendar for our work, our personal calendar, and then we're also going to have the TickTick calendar, which is tied to which is tied to whichever email that you signed up with TickTick. So in the Apple Calendar, on the top left-hand side, go to Calendars, then go to Accounts. Here, you're going to click on Add Account. Choose whichever email, highly recommend Gmail, and then go ahead and sign into both your personal account and your business account and any other accounts that you have events on. Go ahead and take this moment. A little pop-up is going to come up, open the browser, and just go ahead and sign into each account. I'll go ahead and pause this video so that you have them all. Perfect. Now that you've added all of them, you should see here, for example, I have two calendars, one for my work, one for my personal life. Roughly that's it, just starting off. And the TickTick calendar is tied to my personal calendar right here, which is great. So now I could close this out. And if I click on this little tiny bar in the upper left-hand side, I can see both, there's my business email and there's my personal email. And there's, in my personal email, the TickTick list that was automatically created by TickTick. Now, I highly recommend to change the colors for these. So to change the color, just hover over the color icon, and if you're using like a Mac, just use 2 fingers, or you can right click on a mouse and then you could change the colors. Change the colors to however you want. Roughly you want 3 different colors, one for business tasks, and then one for your personal calendar tasks, and then another color for TickTick tasks. I have blue for my personal, brown for my personal calendar, and then also TickTick tasks are green, so that if I look on my calendar, I could roughly see everything, and they're all different colors. But notice TickTick tasks aren't here yet, so we're going to add that next. But notice also TickTick tasks don't show up yet, so we're going to add some to our calendar so that we could start time blocking. Perfect. Okay. So now we're going to go back to the TickTick desktop application. Fun fact, if you use 3 fingers, put them on the touchpad, hold down just 3 fingers gently and slide them up. It will enable this thing called trackpad so that you can see all your windows, and you could quickly go to, there we go, take this up, go here, for example, here, cool, okay, cool, here, okay, cool. Now slide up with those 3 fingers, you'll see all your applications. There's the TickTick app right there. Actually, let's close this out. Close this out, and then here, close this out. Okay, cool. Yeah. So now I'm going to put 3 fingers on the trackpad and slide them up. And so I can see all the windows. You're going to have a few more windows. I just closed mine out to make it very simple. And so here we can see the desktop So here we can see the desktop TickTick app. We don't need the one from the browser anymore. We're done. And then down here you can see the TickTick, and then down here you can see the Apple Calendar. This is just a little hack just so that when you click on this window, it just allows you to switch between windows. So 3 fingers up, Apple Calendar, 3 finger slid up, and then you could quickly switch between windows. It's a little Apple hack. So now that you took in the time, and I have a lot of tasks here, notice that they're here, but they don't have any due dates. You can also, if you want, you can take some of these tasks and then you could prioritize them, like click here and click high. That's a high priority. Click here, and this is a low priority, for example, or medium priority. And you can see how it starts sorting out your high priorities, your medium priorities, and so forth. And then you could click on another one. For example, I'm gonna click on this one. For example, and then make this one a low priority. So now you can see I have stuff sorted by my priorities. This is just going to be helpful. So when you plan the week, you could plan which are high priorities, which are low priorities, which are stuff that has to get done, but not really a priority. That's very easy as well too. Now the most important part, take a moment and sort everything by priority. So please pause this video and go ahead and sort by priority. Cool. Nice. Now that you've sorted things to priority, the most important part is scheduling. When are they going to get done? Now, this is going to be your first routine. The first routine is basically what I call plan the week. You're going to do this every Sunday. It takes roughly 30 minutes to get done, sometimes a little longer, but as you start doing this more consistently every single time at the same time, you're going to get much faster at it, because we want to plan out the next 7 days down to the minute so that we're working effectively on what needs to get done instead of waking up and playing firefighter on whatever is the emergency task of the day. So that's why this is going to give you clarity. Also, what's more important is teaching you time blocking. So I'm going to take this first task right here, and I'm going to make this due on Monday. I'm going to take the next task, so here, click Monday, and then click OK. I'm going to take the next task, click here, and make it done Tuesday. And go ahead and repeat this for whatever tasks that are just a priority over the next 7 days. That's all. If some have to be done in the future, go ahead and add them to it, but there's no need to add everything to the calendars, what I don't want you to do, unless it's necessary that it has to go at a certain date, for sure. But fundamentally, for this first routine, which is called plan the week, we're just planning out the next 7 days fundamentally, which are these 3 tasks, for example. So go ahead and just pick 3 tasks that have to get done over the next 7 days and go ahead and add them to the calendar, and then click OK. So pause the video and go ahead and do that. Now that you've done that, we're going to go to, let's see, hopefully, yeah. So now that we've done that, let's go to our Apple Calendar. So I'm going to just hit this like sync button. You don't have to do it, but it just quickly pushes all the data out to your Apple Calendar just for this one time. It will automatically sync automatically, but hitting that sync button just kind of syncs it. I'm going to do 3 fingers, go to my Apple Calendar, and I'm going to press Command R as in refresh. And you can see this little status bar right here, because it's kind of like pulling in the new tasks. And oh look, there are our 3 tasks that we just added right there, are automatically synced to our calendar. This is awesome. I'm super excited about this now, because now the fun begins. Go ahead and take this task. So this is what you're going to do for what's called plan the next 7 days, plan the week. You're going to take that task, put it on the calendar, and what you're going to do is you're going to allot how much time does it take for you to complete this task. Is it if you hover at the very bottom of the edge, you see how my cursor moves into a little line right there? You could hover over it till it changes, and now you can stretch or make it thin. So is this a 30-minute task, or is this a 90-minute task? Go ahead and just add each event, drag and drop it, and then give it the time it needs to get done. Let's say this is a 30-minute task. This one also needs to get done, but this one is also a 30-minute task. This is where the power is. Now we could literally see everything in our life that needs to get done, both for routines, both for meetings, and both for work, both for our personal life and our work life, all in one app, one master calendar, One app to rule them all. This is everything. This literally is the most powerful productivity framework. Trust me, like this will allow you to manage because, and you're going to go ahead and pause this video, add all the events to the calendar just over the next 7 days, and go ahead and allot the time that is necessary for it to complete that task. Pro tip, highly recommend priority tasks or things that need to get done like urgently or like most high priority. Put those early in the day, and any tasks that have to get done but they're not really a priority, put them towards the end of the day. That's how you're going to sort your whole day, for example. So I'm just going to move this up. Oh, excuse me. So I'm just going to move this around. Go ahead and pause the video. Add all the events to your calendar. Give them the right time that they need to for you to get. Give them each give them each the time necessary for you to complete that task. Always do just a good rough estimate. Don't overthink this really. And then come back when you're done. Okay, nice. Now that you've added both your tasks, your meeting events, and also meetings here, I highly recommend go to your personal calendar. You could add another routine or section here. I highly recommend this. Let's do this right now. Go ahead and go to open up Chrome and go to your Gmail, because there are going to be routines that need to get done, but they're just oh, sorry. Bless me. Okay. Thank you, everyone. So there's tasks that need to get done, but they don't need to live in a task manager. These are what I call just boring routines, honestly. So just go to your Gmail, go to the Gmail calendar. Thank you, David. Go down to your calendar, and I highly recommend adding a new calendar down here. Go ahead and click plus and create a new calendar and call this one routines. And then go ahead and click create calendar. So these are all routines, and then I would recommend you can make them brown, you can make them gray, whatever you want to call them, for example. And roughly, just to give you an idea, I need to know when is wake up time, because some days I need to wake up earlier, some days I need to wake up later. When is going to be your wake up and morning routine, and how long does it take you to do your morning routine? Do you need 30 minutes? Do you need an hour? Let's allocate that time now. And then second, I have something as simple as haircuts, for example, that needs to get done every 2 weeks, for example. I also do meal prepping twice a week. So you can see here, I can add those. And when you add them, be sure to make them reoccurring. But just for right now, just add this, this gray routine section here. We're going to do all of this in Apple Calendar, really. We're just here to add this new calendar. That's all. So let's leave this once you're done with that. Go back to the Apple Calendar. You could hit Command R and it'll kind of refresh and it will pull in that new routines calendar right here. And then if you double click over it or double click on it, oops, oh yeah, here. And then if you double click on it, you could change the color. I make mine brown, really doesn't matter. It's just so it like stands out. And so from here, now you can start to see now, when you add an event to your calendar, I'm just going to make a new one called gym. So I'm going to double click. I'm going to add gym. Gym needs, and then most important is when you click, then most importantly is you click on the date field. This is very powerful right here. So simple, but very powerful. Repeat. When is this going to repeat? Is it every day, every week, every month, every year? Or you could get custom. This is going to be every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday every week, or maybe once a month on this day, for example. It will allow you to do any type of variation. Very, very powerful. Plus it's free, also cool. So I'm going to do gym every Tuesday, Wednesday, and skip Friday, for example, and click OK. And now it's going to repeat. So go ahead and add what I call the boring routines. Clean the house, do laundry, meal prep, eat lunch, wake up, go to the gym. Sleep time, when does sleep time need to happen? It's because some days you need to go sleep earlier, some days you could go sleep later. This is going to help because you could always, they're not set in stone. You could always change them, which makes it very easy, for example. And then very importantly, Now, go ahead and pause this video and just add all your boring routines, and make sure they're tagged in. You'll know by the color, for example, that they're in this routine section here. So take a moment and just add them to your calendar right now. Cool. Perfect. No need to spend much time. Whenever there's a new one that comes up, it's always easy to add it in the future, which is nice. But here we can literally now surface all of our time commitments that need to get done, where we need to be someplace or do something at a specific time, or do something important. We can now surface every little single detail in our life so that we can now see what's the most important part: double bookings. Notice here I have an event with one of my clients that I do business coaching with. He's one of my clients. Oh, but there's a webinar that's going to go up until that time. Now you can start, and I need to eat lunch at some time during that time. I have 3 conflicts of my time right now, which is, this is awesome because now you could play Tetris. I'm going to click on this event and I need to end this event 30 minutes early. And then I'm going to click on now the lunch routine. It repeats every single day. I could take this, drag it, and let go. And Apple Calendar is going to ask us a question. It says, hey, you moved the date and it's repeating. Do you want to do this just for this one, or do you want to do it for all of them? I'm just going to say, hey, only change it for this date, and it leaves all the other ones. But now see how easy I can now cleanly time block everything in my life, and I could quickly see when are the my commitments. Maybe gym, I need to move it to the evening, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete this because I have the gym in the evening ones. Do you want to delete all? Yes. And then here, oh look, Friday I have a meeting, a webinar meeting, and I'm doing a coaching client. I have to change my schedule here, so let's move this up. And let's make sure, yep, I'll have enough time to eat lunch, and then also for the workshops. What you want is what's called perfect Tetris here. Everything nicely lines up. I'm just going to clean this one up here. I need to get out so I can eat lunch. Perfect. Now you can start to surface and see all your time conflicts, even down to the tasks. Say this task, you're like, know what, I can't get this task done on that day. I'm going to move it to actually Sunday to get done. Actually, I don't want to work on Sunday. I'm going to do it after in the afternoon right here. So now we can even move tick tick tasks. Remember, he's green, he's over here. And this, when we go to tick tick, automatically two-way syncs, which is super nice. So you're going to literally manage, and this is what I call plan your whole week. We went from tick tick, we gave some tasks a due date. We gave some tasks a due date. We just said what day we need to get them done. And then when we went to our Apple Calendar, now we could plan out how long is that task going to take, and also when are you going to commit and sit down time and what I call single tasks. Not multitask. Multitasking does not exist. It doesn't work. This allows you to do single tasks and to be super effective and focused on what needs to get done, so you can give all your attention on that single task or meeting or routine, for example. Then just okay. There's no need to spend more than an hour on this. Just do the best that you can. We're just looking for conflicts. We're making sure our tasks, the things that we need to get done this week are all here, which is perfect. And just do good enough. Now, over time, you'll get better by adding new things, changing things around. This is going to adapt and change so much from when you just started. We just want to get started, very simple. So that really completes the first routine as far as plan your week. Now, in the next video, I'm going to show you how to plan tomorrow. So if you ever need to come back to this video, you'll know exactly how to plan your entire week with your routines, your calendars, everything on your Apple Calendar. And then I'm going to go in the next video, how to plan tomorrow, which is the second most powerful routine. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Okay, thank you guys for being patient. I have one last one and then we're done. This took me close to a decade to perfect and develop. This is not something you can find anywhere else. This is a system I've developed because of ADHD, like over close to more than a decade of like the most efficient system to work on time management. And it's pretty simple and reliable once you get into the routine of it, and it allows you to get so much work done and effortlessly. You don't need AI, you don't need any extra apps or anything. These are the simplest apps to use that are simple and reliable. And trust me, it's like suffering with ADHD, not suffer, but having ADHD, like this is the system everyone needs when they get into time blocking, deep work, time management. This is the best. So now I'm going to just double check that video was recorded, because this is always the scariest part, is looking at the video and making sure it just got recorded. PC users or routines, honestly. So just go to your Gmail, and I need to done, and then cool. That, we have to plan your entire week with your routines, your calendars, everything. Perfect. That's done. Cool. So this is plan the week routine, and now we're going to do the last one. This is the last one, and then I'm done. And then my members get in the community, the Tick course, finally. This is going to be so powerful for everyone. You guys think Notion is powerful? Wait till you get into this routine. Like it changes your life. It's 10 times better than any AI tool I could ever teach you. Like, this has changed my life and like allows me to work incredible. It's amazing. Okay, cool. So now we're going to do the last part. And okay, cool. So let's hit record. Welcome to the last lesson. Welcome to the next lesson in Tick, where we're going to do our second most powerful routine called Plan Tomorrow. And I just want to pause and say, please take the time to rewatch these videos so that you become an expert with Tick, so that you know how to use the features of the Apple Calendar, you know how to do these 2 routines. And trust me when I say this system, because I have ADHD, I don't have time management skills, I have time blindness, I don't know what needs to get done when. If it's not surfaced in one area, not 14 different apps scattered, it doesn't get done. So trust me when I say I've spent over a decade trying to perfect this system that I literally use to manage everything I do in my life. And it is the simplest. It's going to take a few weeks to get into the routine and habits, but trust me when I say, once you learn this productivity framework I'm teaching you, you are going to be unstoppable. You'll be able to turn any idea into execution. You'll be able to turn any goal into weekly accountable tasks, get all your work done effortlessly. There won't be any stress or anxiety about what the things you need to do when. Your life becomes more routine and more predictable over time, and it's going to give you a lot more clarity on where you're spending your time. So the next routine, there's only 2, which was Plan the Week, which you saw in the previous video. Now we need to learn the second routine, which is called Plan Tomorrow. And I'm going to just take these 3 tasks for an example and just stack them for, let's say today was Monday, for example. Now let's say today was Monday, and I tried to get as much work as I did, for example, on Monday. This was my perfect plan. They say if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. But this was my plan for the week. For example, let's say on Monday, I needed to get these 3 tasks done. But let's say there was an emergency. I didn't get everything done, or maybe I got half of the things done. That's where the second routine comes in, called Plan Tomorrow. You do it at the very end of the day. You could add it as a routine. For example, if you really want to like get nerdy, you could do Plan Tomorrow. Click on the calendar right here, and then you could choose, okay. You could click on the icon right here, and then you could choose routines, and then you could make this no more than like 15 minutes. It doesn't take that long, honestly. And then double click on it and make it repeat every single day, just to keep it simple. Because if it's something that needs to get done, it needs to be on the calendar. That's the rule, for example. So you could go this far and go Plan Tomorrow. This needs to get done, let's say at the end of the day, let's say 7 p.m. every day. And if I move it, it says, hey, it's repeats. Do you want to remove just this one or all? I want to move all. And see how it adds them all. Oh, look, there's a time conflict. I need to do meal prepping down here. Do you want to do this for all? Yes. And then gym, I just need to move this down to here, for example, because I see a conflict right there. It says you want to change them all. Yes. Perfect. Now, a little more breathe. I can breathe a little easier. So Plan Tomorrow routine. How does this work? Not all tasks you'll be able to get done, and that's perfectly okay. because it's already documented. It's already saved in TickTick. You've already spent the time documenting and putting all the resources, so you could always drop a task, take care to whatever emergency, and pick up tomorrow or another day. So what I'm going to do for the routine for plan tomorrow, I need to say what needs to get done, what didn't get done that I need to reschedule. Let's say this task didn't get done. I'm just going to play Tetris and move it over. This task didn't get done, but you know what? That made Tuesdays a very busy day. I'm going to get that done on Wednesday. And then this task didn't get done, but you know, Tuesday, Wednesday is a pretty busy day. I want to be done by 3 o'clock, for example. So I need to move this over here, for example. Also, be kind to yourself. I recommend no more than 3 tasks per day. That's just a rough guess, or a rough rule, because I find if I plan more than 3 tasks and I just jam pack the whole day with tasks, I get burnt out really quickly. So I've, at least for myself, 3 or 4 tasks is usually the max that I book per day, for example. And if not, I'll just spread it out over multiple days. So be kind to your future self. You'll find out that you'll be very ambitious on a Sunday and you're like, I'm gonna get all this done on Monday. And then Monday comes around, you're like, well, I only got one thing done. Don't worry, it's perfectly okay. The system's here is to help you. By the way, if you use 2 fingers on the trackpad, you can scroll left and right. And I always just kind of look on the week view in the Apple Calendar. That's it. And to give me a little more real estate, I recommend just clicking this toggle so that I get full real estate, and I could just see. And I use 2 fingers on the trackpad to kind of just slide left and right, basically. And then I can move up and down to kind of see the whole day. That works really well too. So that's all Plan Tomorrow does. Are there any tasks or things that didn't get done? Go ahead and reschedule them for another day. Most importantly, what I also do is brain dump. Are there any tasks that are not on the calendar that just came up today that you're like, oh yeah, there's that one thing. Like, I honestly, to show you, I have a Apple Notes that's always open on the side. And because I'm switching from one task to another task, I don't have time to like log things in TickTick. I just need to quickly dump something, for example. So I always have a notepad open on my computer desk. So when I quickly run from one task to another, I'm like, oh yeah, Fathom, I need to post Thursday's office hours. I didn't have time to put that in TickTick, so I just noted it here. This is just called a quick pad. You can go to your quick pad, and are there any tasks here that you need to add to TickTick? If so, add them to TickTick, clear this out so that we're basically practicing inbox 0. Everything should be in TickTick no matter what eventually. So you want to clear all inboxes so that you know that if it needs to get done, it's all in the TickTick list, for example. And that's it. That's all the plan routine is. There's 2. Plan your week, do it and let's take our time right now. I'm going to do it too, and go to Sunday, which is right here. I'm going to double click on it. I'm going to choose the routine calendar right here, and I'm going to go plan the week. Because remember, if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist, and I didn't have it on my calendar. So I'm going to say plan the week. This needs to happen repeat every week, so every Sunday at this time, and I'm just going to check it and leave it there, for example. That's pretty much it. I want to get that done a little bit earlier so that I have the rest of the day to enjoy. So after I meal prep, sure, right there. Also, just be a caveat too. So I'm gonna click all, so it always updates all. Try not to add stuff back to back. Give yourself a little buffer. I always recommend just like a little 5-minute buffer before all tasks. When I butt them all up, see how it's all nicely even? It looks pretty, but that's actually a nightmare in the sense of like, oh my God, I got to quickly jump and get off. So let me tell you another pro tip that I do. And I need to go to my calendar to do this. And let me show you on my phone something that I do very important when I wake up first thing in the morning. Trust me when I say this also helps. Cool. For everyone on TikTok, unfortunately, forgive me. I need my phone so I can record on my phone of the last little step that's just to show what's on my calendar. But if you're inside the community, this will be a course that will be edited and uploaded by end of today so that you guys get my productivity time management TickTick course that's going to come out today. You'll get that. I'll put an announcement in it. So congrats to all the members. New courses, new things. And then for everyone else that's not in the course, trust me, this plus Notion plus all the other courses that we teach will literally make you super dangerous. So highly recommend. Plus, just for I'm running a new promotion too. just because everyone's on. Let me close out YouTube, YT as well too, because you guys are on YouTube. Highly recommend. I'm running a special promotion. Just to let you guys know, this is a very limited time. If you go to the link in bio, there's no excuse to not join the community. I'm running a 30-day trial for just $1. Actually, you can see this right there. There we go. So 30-day trial for just $1. If you're on the fence of wanting to join the community, I'm removing all excuses. The only excuse that you have right now is your procrastination. So literally, if you're serious about, committed about time management, growing your business, leveraging AI, building automation so that you can make this year your most profitable year yet, join the community. 30 days trial for just $1. There's no excuse for you to not be in the most amazing community where you'll make new friends. You'll learn the tips that I'm sharing right now, plus so much more. You'll get accountability, resources, and more. So if you're serious about changing your life and making 2025 your most profitable year yet, sign up for the community. I guarantee it'll be worth it. And I'm trying to think of anything else. That's pretty much it. Okay, cool. So I need to just record this last part and then I'll edit. So I'll see you guys. And then that's the last live stream I'm doing today. I'm trying to just do one at 5 p.m. I'm not doing the 10 p.m. anymore. So that's going to be it for me today. So you guys got to see behind the scenes of me, how I record and edit courses too. And for members in the community, congratulations. You're going to get the most powerful course tonight. So look forward to seeing you guys in your tick setup. So stay blessed. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for following and watching along. And I'll definitely see you tomorrow in the live stream. And then Friday is our office hour sessions. So if you show up for Friday, we're doing show and tell for our community. So we can show off any cool AI projects. I get to show off the new course. But yes, highly recommend. We have events 5 days a week in the community. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. What's that? $1? $1 for a 30-day trial to join the AI community. If you like it, then it goes to $99 a month. That's all. If you don't like it, cancel. There's no refund, but you got to experience to see what's on the other side. That 120 other entrepreneurs are all most of the members are actually on the call. They're getting more done ever. They're actually leveraging the best tools. They have clarity on their businesses. The link in the bio is to join. If you go just to, it's my TikTok account or any account, it's the only link that I take everyone to TikTok and then go here, for example. So all you do is simply click on that button, which is the link in profile. If you're on YT, it also is the link in the bio as well too. And when you click on that, it's going to take you right to the website, and then you can click right here and sign up for $1 for 30 days. And if you like it, it will auto bill at $99, and that's going to be $99 per month to stay in the community. It's just a $1 30-day trial, no refund, but no risk now if you're serious about making 2025 your most profitable year yet. We have 10 courses on AI, social media marketing. Saturday, we're going to have a workshop on how to automate your social media content and so much more. There's a lot in there. So no excuses. Appreciate you guys following. Hope you guys have a blessed night, and I will see you all tomorrow. So have a wonderful night, and everyone on YouTube. Bye. Okay, cool. Everyone on YouTube, I'll see you.